go now. Come on, 15 running. 15 running. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Come on. I got motion there. Me. I got this. So Mike comes
on first down, Frazier. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch one. Watch one. I got one. Check. Let's go. Come on. Here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
29 yards. First down, Cardinals.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Get that quarterback. Put up. So Mike's number one. Come on, do it.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Put that team on the bus.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Get around. Right.
SOS. 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 Mike 50. Mike 50.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Watch twist. 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 Watch the twist.
They'll run on first down. Nickerson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And here's Turner to throw on second down. His throw incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Operating from the gun. Turner going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Bang, 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 bang.
From the 17, Murray. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Just like that. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Shit. Deuce, deuce, deuce. Whip, whip.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
I'm coming, Cole.
Oh, I'm getting on your nerves?
No, just hold on a second.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Son, my 18 data. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Ready. I got you. Here we go.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I'm talking about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
22, jet cover. 22, jet cover.
To throw is Turner. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Under 10. Check 13. Check 13.
On 1st down, Dawkins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
I'm going back to you.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain of 10, 1st down Arizona.
Number 83. It's a gain of 10. 1st down Cardinals.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Let's go, D. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Way slow. Come on. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's get the ball. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Murray, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the out. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Now Murray again. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on 1st down. Dawkins, he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. They got the interception. Movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling.
Give give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 13 yards there and a Niner first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
An interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 39-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And a give this time to the tailback. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in pro. He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 84 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He wins.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if a quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, That's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch one. In your face. He's crashing. He's checking crashing.
They'll try the left side. Dawkins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
On the set. Watch with the 7. Hey, D-back, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 49ers 39-yard line.
Now a give right side. Dawkins. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Second and 1. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Turner operating from the gun. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On first down, Dawkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
He's coming. We got double up. Mike 5-4. Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 54.
Shotgun now from Murray. And he comes back with one complete. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Murray now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but it'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. From the gun, Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check.
Looking to throw. Turner. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
Wow.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Watch the safety.
Turner now on first down. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's inside the 20.
That's a little crap, man. He's 6'4". Samuel can't out-jump a 6'4", dude.
Deebo Samuel, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you
Somebody
score
got
points,
the
it's
block.
a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch one. Watch Henry. Target. Mike Wallace, please. There it goes.
Watch the air. Kill.
On second down, here's Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Let's go now. AC Data. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check hot route. Hot. Showing it.
They'll run on first down. Nickerson, he fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Just do it, crap, man. Throw it up and dude just 5'10", dude, go up and get it down.
Here we go. 1500. Check. 43. Army. Slam.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Watch the screen.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Yeah, come on, get out the way.
33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dawkins. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Watch one. Check tight. Tight on.
On first down, Dawkins. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Go! Hey, watch it!
Check. Lucky. Jam.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
First down, Murray. And that'll be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. Murray now to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead. So here's a big play for the Cardinals as they'll go for 2. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Switch, switch, switch. Go.
2nd and 14. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Turner, off play action. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick.
Let's go, boys, bring it up.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operating with your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Switch.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
At their own 43-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Come on. Come on. 59 Mike. 59.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dawkins. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Come on. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Wait. Check. Check.
To throw is Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Watch the shit. Right there.
Back to throw. Murray. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
First down, Cardinals.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They've got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Turner. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final down. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
And here's Turner. From the gun, he'll throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Here's 2nd and 8. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Let's go now.
They'll run on 1st down. Dawkins. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 5. That one good for 37 yards. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.